Welcome to the second installment of the National Hispanic Media Coalition's Virtual Impact Awards 2020, honoring game changers. We would like to thank Univision, T-Mobile, Google, NBC Universal Telemundo, the National Association of Broadcasters, Union Bank, Stars, and the Writers Guild of America West for their support to combat hate, bigotry, and discrimination. We are elated to have members of the leading Latinx comedy podcast show, Spanish Aquí Presents, as our hosts. The all Latinx crew has been featured on Remezcla, Oprah Magazine, Vulture, and more. Friends and colleagues, your hosts for this evening, Raisa Lecia, Carlos Santos, and Tony Rodriguez.
Hey! We're Spanish Aquí Presents, and we're so excited to be here hosting the NHMC Virtual Impact Awards 2020, honoring Game Changers Part 2.
It's a sequel. It's Raisa, Carlos, and we are minutes away from finding out if Tony can take his mask off. Look at that. Look at the timing.
Yep, I am negative for COVID.
Negative for COVID, positive for us.
Yes.
You guys, I just want to say something real quick. I am so excited to be hosting this award show because I grew up watching award shows, and it's such a vibe. And so I've been working on so much material just for tonight that you're going to love this new vibe that I'm doing for award show. And anyway, let's get it cracking.
Let's get
Here we go.
Here we go. We are excited that you're spending time with us this evening. We have an impactful program ahead of us. Let's see. Besides Carlos's jokes that he's threatening us with, we have music, lots of music.
How much music?
Muchísimo.
Oh.
Pero like how much?
How much?
Muchísimo.
That's not even
Okay.
a thing.
Dale, no. That's a good number.
We have insights on the changing landscape of the media industry, and of course, we get to hear from game changers.
Hey, and we're not talking about PS5
Carlos?
because it's topical.
Carlito.
No,
It's
so
my
sorry.
first joke of the evening, and
10.
I'll...
Take 10.
Oh, we're gonna take a little time. We are talking about game changers in our community. So please relax, send us a message, your thoughts, words of encouragement from wherever you're watching us tonight.
To get our program started, we have a message from the president and CEO of the National Hispanic Media Coalition, Brenda Victoria Castillo. Brenda has a long history with NHMC, from a volunteer in the early 80s to NHMC's first female president and CEO. That's pretty tight. Yeah. Our friend, Brenda Castillo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second Impact Award series honoring game changers. I am Brenda Victoria Castillo, President and CEO of the National Hispanic Media Coalition. We start off our program with acknowledging the land for which this NHMC Impact Award series is airing from, Tongva land. November is Native American Heritage Month in the United States. May we honor those that make up the true history of this land. Remember, once November ends, continue to support and uplift Native communities. We can change the game when we come together. With the recent elections that occurred earlier this November, I've been hearing the phrase, a return to normal. When it comes to the state of Latinos and many marginalized communities, a return to normalcy is not what we want. I, along with many others, expect a change from what was deemed normal before. Normal wasn't inclusive. Normal wasn't diverse. Normal didn't consider POC communities that make up this country. Today and the months and years ahead, let's focus on the word united in the United States of America. Let's focus on marginalized communities, putting aside egos and differences and coming together to work towards a future that truly includes all of us. Let's work together towards a future that has POC in elected positions from the White House to our local government. Change starts locally and works its way up. And that's a fact. Most of all, change begins with you.
Brenda and the NHMC staff work tirelessly throughout the year organizing and creating opportunities for Latinx writers and creators. This is why it is important to support the National Hispanic Media Coalition.
Wow, Bryce, that was really good. It was really professional. It is possible.
Am I usually not like professional? No?
Speaking of professionals, words like thought leader, influencer, role model have been used to describe our first honoree of the evening. And now we add the term game changer. Carlitos, do you have a joke for us?
Oh, PS5?
So no. This award-winning journalist impacts lives with her Pow Her Full Foundation, which provides mentorship, financial support, and taps into a network of powerful women.
Her many titles include owner of a multimedia production company, documentarian, journalist, speaker, author, and philanthropist. The National Hispanic Media Coalition is honored to recognize Soledad O'Brien with a 2020 Game Changer Impact Award.
Hey, everybody. What an honor to receive this award. What a compliment to be recognized by an organization that has done such good work advancing our community. I remember joining my colleagues in the news media on so many occasions when we approached the leadership at media organizations about the lack of representation of Latinos and the absence of fair and thoughtful coverage. We were sometimes lonely voices. We were shouting into the wind, really. They would shake their heads and kind of look at their watches and kind of mutter something or other ridiculous about being fair to all sides of the immigration debate, or how they were going to welcome a new batch of interns and make sure that there was at least one Latino who could help pave the way. At best, they would offer to let us do a story, or, how exciting, a series of stories about something Hispanic for the Hispanic Heritage Month or the community, and they acted as if they were doing us a personal favor every single time. Then National Hispanic Media Coalition would show up, and they would try to tell them this was no favor, that this wasn't about appeasing one or two employees or even appeasing them, that it was about ignoring an entire community of viewers and advertisers, political and business leadership at their own peril. And that was about fairness, but also about good business sense. The voice of the National Hispanic Media Coalition made a difference, and they helped me make a difference as well by having my back each and every time. Things have gotten better in some ways and worse at the same time. The fight, I think, has expanded to social media like Twitter and TikTok and places where, in fact, politics can seem like a free-for-all. Our country's leadership has made it okay, in fact, to assault Latinx people in every respect, and it's become even more important, I think, to speak out. We continue fighting for change, and it makes us all stronger to know that the coalition has our back each and every time. So thank you for this, and thank you for this recognition.
Congratulations to Soledad O'Brien. Thank you so much for your commitment to being a voice for our community to admire.
You guys,
Wait, ¿qué pasa?
I'm sorry. I need to do something.
What? Oh my God. Oh, that's a big drop.
I know. I took off my heels because my feet hurt, and I'm sorry.
Why did you even wear heels in the first place? You can't see from the waist down?
Wait, what? You can't see my heels?
Yeah, but you can feel them, Tony. You
Okay.
can feel them.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm ready. Our second honoree brings an understanding that he is standing on the shoulders of Afro-Latinx actors that have come before him, that he has a responsibility to express and embrace his Latinidad. Starring in productions such as Guy Ritchie's Cash Truck, Catherine Bigelow's Detroit, James Cameron's Avatar, and the Fox original series LA's Finest. You can check him out as Mother's Milk in the hit Amazon original series, The Boys. Let's hear from Game Changer actor Laz Alonso.
Hello, my name is Laz Alonso. I play Mother's Milk on the Amazon Prime hit TV series, The Boys. And I would like to thank you, the National Hispanic Media Coalition, for this amazing recognition and award, receiving the Impact Award. For me, it's an honor to be recognized, not just for my talent, but for also my work that I'm doing to represent our culture. As an Afro-Latino, it's always been tremendously important to me to hold our Latino-ness up high. For me specifically, to hold my Afro-Latino-ness up high, and to always represent us at the highest caliber, whether it be on the screen or off the screen. Especially being the child of immigrants who came to this country to give me a better life. For me, it's an honor to be able every single day of my life to pursue this work that we're doing, and to inspire other future Latinos, sons and daughters of immigrants, that come here looking for a better life, that they also can achieve whatever it is that they put their mind, their body, their souls to, and apply themselves and work hard. Our parents sacrificed a tremendous amount to get us to where we are today. And now it's our job to not waste all the work that they did to get us here and to always push the culture forward, to kick doors down so that our kids and our grandkids and all the new Latinos that are immigrating to this country can have those doors already open for them that weren't open for us and that weren't open for our parents. It's our responsibility to do so. And we can do it through our work, both in front and behind the scenes. And we can also do it through our advocacy. We have seen in the last 4 years that Latinos have been at the forefront of every political discussion. And even now, with the elections that just happened, we saw that Latinos and their voice was something, a force to be reckoned with. And we pay taxes here. We've gone to war to defend this country. We have contributed in many different shapes and forms. And it's important that we never let our voice go silent. We came here because we had no choice. And now that we're here, we have to make it a better place, for our kids. On behalf of, the many Afro-Latinos that I talk to on a consistent basis, we have a lot of work to do in our own community. We also have our conversations within our home that we can't have outside of our home, but within our Latino home, there's a tremendous amount of work still that needs to be done. We could do better when it comes to representation. We could do better when it comes to recognizing that being Latino doesn't exclude you from being Black, doesn't exclude you from being white, doesn't exclude you from being Indigenous, and every other combination in between. We can be Latino and be everything. And we should be able to show that on all of our Latin media, in our Latin films. There are so many stories to be told, and every Latino has had their own unique experience. Latino-ness doesn't just belong to one race or one physical feature. It belongs to us all. So I'm going to get off my soapbox because I could go on for days about this. But again, thank you to the organization. Thank you to Brenda Victoria Castillo for the recognition. And to all of the young Latinos out there, whether you're an inspired an aspiring actor or director or filmmaker, producer, financier, or any business that you want to one day, you have a dream of pursuing, you can do it. You can do it. Your parents made it this far so that you could have no limitations. So with that, I say thank you. I say, se lo agradezco mucho de mi corazón. Y no se olviden que en la unión está la fuerza. Somos latinos.
We're so proud of our Latinx heritage and all our friends advocating for each other on and off screen. Congrats, Laz Alonso.
Hey, hold on, guys. Oh, that feels way better. You're right. Anyway, NHMC focuses on making sure Latinx are represented fairly and accurately in front of and behind the camera. What some of you may not know is we focus on policy work affecting communities of color as well. Here to share the policy work is NHMC's strategic legal advisor and policy counsel, Daiquiri Ryan.
You have any jokes?
Mm-hmm.
None whatsoever. She's a lawyer.
Hola, mi gente. My name is Daiquiri Ryan, and I'm so proud to be Strategic Legal Advisor and Policy Counsel at the National Hispanic Media Coalition. My journey with NHMC began many moons ago when I was just a baby law student. I was so honored then, and I'm still so honored to this day, to be a product of NHMC's Public Policy Fellowship Program, where I learned what it truly means to be an advocate and to work on behalf of our community. At NHMC, we believe that access to the internet is a human right. In today's society, particularly in wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, access to the internet at home is a key trait of success. Whether you're a student who needs access to participate in virtual learning in classrooms, or if you're a young professional who needs access to be able to safely work from home. Our team is working hard to advocate for policies that close the digital divide and increase the affordability and reliability of access to the internet for our community. This includes our work to defend the Lifeline program, which is the only federal initiative dedicated to helping low-income consumers afford critical communication services. As many of you know, NHMC was founded 35 years ago to combat hate targeting the Latinx community. In recent years, so much of organized hate has moved online, and so too has our work. NHMC is proud to be a founding member of the Change the Terms Coalition. This is a group that's been working for years to hold social media companies accountable for their role in the proliferation of hate online. In addition, NHMC is proud to stand alongside civil rights giants at groups like the NAACP, Color of Change, the Anti-Defamation League, LULAC, and so many more, as we lead the Stop Hate for Profit campaign. This is a campaign we collectively launched earlier this year that secured commitments from over 1,100 big-name companies in a boycott of Facebook advertising. This was in reaction to Facebook's ongoing practice of profiting off of advertisements purchased by organized hate groups. Finally, our work in media diversity does not stop in Hollywood. We know that there is a direct correlation from diverse media ownership to an increase in representation both in front of and behind the camera. That's why we've been working for years to work with decision makers in Washington, D.C. and across the country to lower the barrier of entry for communities of color and media ownership. As you can see, there's never a shortage of work for our policy team. We are committed and excited to continue defending our democracy and expanding the rights for the Latinx community.
We echo all the comments tonight, and we would like to thank NHMC for all the work they do and look forward to an impactful 2021.
Mm-hmm. You may be asking yourself, how can I help?
How?
As you've already heard, the National Hispanic Media Coalition is not only a civil rights organization, but also a nonprofit.
As we move through this crucial time in our country where we continue to see inequality and bigotry against our communities, we want to remind you that NHMC cannot do this important work without you.
This is why we need all of you to take a moment right now and mark your calendars for exactly 1 week from today. And that's Tuesday, December 1st for #GivingTuesday. This is a global day of giving where we all can donate to our favorite nonprofit organizations that are doing important work, like NHMC. Remember, any amount you contribute will be helpful to our mission of eliminating hate, racism, and discrimination towards the Latinx communities.
Feeling in the giving spirit now?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Where do we go?
You can go through nhmc.org/donate to make a tax-deductible donation today. We truly appreciate your generous contributions.
We got a special performance now.
Well,
Yes. Okay, so this evening we have a performance from Latinx solo artist out of Los Angeles, California, Katzù Oso. And he has been making major moves from performing at backyard shows in his hometown of Montebello to performing at venues such as the Roxy and LA's biggest Latinx festival, Tropicalia. And now he's making his debut here on NHMC's 2020 Impact Awards.
Take it away.
Thank you, NHMC, for having me today, and a big shout out to all the change makers that we're honoring. Thank you again. So glad to be a part of this. This song's called Kiss You Better.
Don't you cry, I'll stay with you till the morning light. 'Cause girl, you know I'm just that kind of guy. And I hope that it's true, baby, I can kiss you better. What exactly do you see in him? I can kiss you better. explain that to my heart. 'Cause I know you don't really like him anyway. Although you talk about him every day. And close in his arms now, girl. I'll treat you better. I'll kiss you better. I'll treat you better. I'll kiss you better. I'll treat you better.
Thanks, guys.
Dale, shout out to Katzù Oso. Now, our next honoree is nationally recognized as an acclaimed speaker, thought leader, innovator, and skilled executive who builds meaningful collaborations and lifts up new leaders across Indian country. An enrolled member of the Pawnee Nation of Oklahoma and founder of IllumiNative, the first and only national Native-led organization focused on changing the narrative about Native peoples on a mass scale. We're proud to recognize game changer Crystal Echo Hawk.
Hello, my name is Crystal Echo Hawk, and I'm founder and executive director of IllumiNative, and I'm a citizen of the Pawnee Nation, and we are located here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I want to say tonight that we are so excited and just beyond honored to receive an Impact Award from the National Hispanic Media Coalition. It means so much to receive this recognition and support from our Latinx relatives, and the work of the National Hispanic Media Coalition is so important and so in line with our mission here at IllumiNative, which is really to advance the representation of Native peoples and to build power for our peoples as well. And we understand this as relatives with the Latinx community, how important it is for us to fight for representation of our people that shows up in lots of different places, from media and popular culture to policy and systems change. And so, 2020 obviously has been a challenging year for all of us, but it's also been a remarkable year as we've all joined together in our own ways and and in the linking arms to really fight systemic racism in this country. And so it's been a big year in terms of some wins, positive wins for Native representation, from everything from the elimination of the racist sports mascot of the Washington football team name, to victories in the Supreme Court that are affirming treaty rights and the reservation of the Muskogee Creek Nation, to really looking at what just happened in the 2020 election. And we were so excited to be a part of mobilizing historic turnout amongst Native American voters, and to really stand shoulder to shoulder with our Latinx relatives, our Black relatives, and other communities of color who really turned it up and really mobilized, I think, together a historic turnout that really helped to make an incredible difference. And that is work that we all did together as people and communities of color. And so we're just, again, so honored by this recognition. And we really, we look forward to deepening our relationships with the Latinx community, because it's going to take all of us working, together to really fight systemic racism and to really create a future together in which all of our people, all of our communities are really seen for our full humanity, for our contributions to the society, and to really not only reimagine, but to create a new future that advances equity, health, well-being, and self-determination for all of our communities. So I wish you all well. And again, on behalf of IllumiNative, thank you so much for this honor and recognition.
Congratulations to Crystal Echo Hawk and IllumiNative on all of your accomplishments this year. I got to tell you, we look forward to seeing what you and NHMC will do together in the future. Right, guys?
That's right.
That's right.
Right, you're wearing a mask.
It's safer that way.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the hair mask. Now, some people are just born to be in the profession they excel in. As a journalist, if you are passionate about the stories you cover, it is reflected in your work, and that is exactly who our next honoree is. He has been on the front lines reporting on the opioid crisis, the mass shooting in Las Vegas, even becoming part of the social unrest story while covering it. This Emmy-nominated CNN correspondent is vigilant. We are proud to recognize Omar Jimenez as a game changer.
I'm beyond honored to be accepting this Impact Award from the National Hispanic Media Coalition. And that word impact is one that sticks out to me for so many reasons. But for starters, as a storyteller, as a reporter, our goal in many ways is to try and have as big an impact as possible with the stories that we bring to light on our audience, whether it's our viewers, readers, or beyond. And you look no further than this year, 2020, and that word impact and storytelling and identity, for that matter, go hand in hand like maybe they never have, or at least they never have in a long time. You look at the protests that we saw this year in the names of George Floyd, Jacob Blake, Breonna Taylor, and more. Ultimately, those stories were about what it meant to be an American and whose lives were valued more than others as Americans. And that and those were stories where sometimes as reporters, we have tendencies to step outside of ourselves and say, hey, look, the story is happening over here. I'm going to stand here. I'm going to tell all of you all about this story that's happening over here. This was the first time, at least for me, where that wall, those barriers were broken. There was no escaping what I looked like, who I was from this story. There was no separation, no delineation. So while some might shy away from that, or previous mentalities might shy away from that, now things had sort of changed to where we are now embracing it. Because before, while you could tell an accurate story, I think what we're realizing now is maybe we weren't telling as complete stories as maybe we should have. And that can only come from embracing both the strengths and weaknesses of the identities that you bring to the table. And so I mention that because identity and impact are two words that go hand in hand when it comes to storytelling, and our jobs as reporters to bring you stories that matter. And so all in all, again, I want to say I'm honored to be given an award that melds those two words together, two words that are incredibly important for not just me, but for the profession I put my shoes on to do every single day. Again, thank you so much. I'm incredibly honored.
Thank you, Omar, for covering our stories without hesitation. We really appreciate your work.
Now, NHMC has been doing the Latinx Scene Showcase for 9 years. This year, due to COVID and the pandemic, the showcase is now the Latinx Stream Showcase, as it will be premiering online. Here's a word from an alumni of NHMC's showcase.
Hi, my name is Frankie Rodriguez, and I am from Disney Plus's High School Musical, the series. I was first introduced to the NHMC family back in summer of 2017 when I participated in the Latino Scene Showcase. For me, it was such an awesome experience to get to work with Latinos who were working in every aspect of the experience, and that included casting, the producing, the writers, the directors, and of course the actors. One of the cool things that did come from the Latino Showcase was the scene that I did a few months later got turned into a short film. So I was able to make my short film debut, which was really cool, and of course got to reunite with the cast that I had worked with over the summer. So that was a lot of fun. I did want to send a big thank you to Brenda and everyone at the NHMC for making sure that our voices are heard and that we are being represented and that the representation is accurate. So thank you so much. I'm sending you all my love. Mwah.
We love you, Frankie. I cannot wait to see where High School Musical, the series takes you. Make sure to check out NHMC's Latinx Stream Showcase dropping this December.
Hey, Raisa, aren't you also an alumni?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird because they didn't ask you to say anything about it.
No.
Okay, cool.
Cruz!
Hey, Cruz! That's cool. Listen, we have another performer tonight, an artist who was born and raised, and get this, Bayamón, Puerto Rico! Oh! I went to school in Bayamón, discípulo de Cristo. And at 16, was recognized as a promising basketball player. Look at all the things that in the Venn diagram of the situation.
I'm a baller.
Anyway, that journey led her down to a different route and into the world of music, from her love of basketball to music to debuting in the YouTube TV series Bravas. Her star is definitely rising. Let's welcome the artist known as Nohemy.
What's up, guys? My name is Nohemy, and I'm here to show you my new single, Pierdete, and we're celebrating National Hispanic Media Coalition Impact Awards. Thank you for having me this evening, and I really hope you enjoy the music, okay? Let's get it. quiso pasar el rato. Caí como una boba y se fue y ni siquiera dejó rastro. Tranquilo, despacio, vacío, debo el plato. A servirle se la comió enterita, casi me lleva la mano. Que puro descaro. Así que piérdete, invéntate otro pasito, vete y bailale. Conmigo no va ese jueguito, así que piérdete, invéntate otro pasito, dale, envuélvete. Por mí te quedas solito, no me tiro a la ciega otra vez. No me pidas, contigo no va a haber otra noche que te llena de placer. Cuidado, a la segunda te envuelve la excusa de que no te olvido, mandándome tragos con tus amigos, pidiéndome un chance. Estoy fuera de tu alcance, así de sencillo, así que piérdete, invéntate otro pasito, vete y bailale. Conmigo no va a ser jueguito, así que piérdete, invéntate otro pasito, dale, envuélvete. Por mí te quedas solito, solito. Es lo que tú no sabes, tempranito en la disco. Ya saben lo que trae, los bolsillos vacíos. Mala mía, se no cae. Tú como que no te cansas, sigue siendo guaje. Te miro, me tiro, pero no contigo. Te cojo de bobo, te quedas dolido. Yo así te tengo loco. Yo sí miro y no toco. Si yo no te tiro por algún motivo, a veces lo pienso, pero no te sigo. Yo así te tengo loco. Si me miras te provoco. Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Nohemy. Our next honoree decided early in life who he was and what he wanted to become. This queer Latinx writer, producer, and actor stars in the Emmy-nominated FX dark comedy, What We Do in the Shadows. I'm sure you're familiar with his excellent work on that show.
I don't. Is that what? I don't get it.
Harvey plays a familiar on the show. It's not fun when I have to explain the joke. Can I tell you? Can I explain later? Yeah. Thank you. His other on-screen credits include the Apple series Little America, HBO's Room 104, and The Good Place. We are so honored to recognize this GLAAD Award recipient as an NHMC Impact Award game changer, Harvey Guillén.
Oh, like a vampire familiar!
Carlos, take 10.
Damn it.
Harvey Guillén.
Just want to say thank you. Thank you so much to Brenda and the National Hispanic Media Coalition for awarding me with this really, really cool award. I am honored to receive the Impact Award for the work that I do and what we do in the shadows. Playing Guillermo has been a dream come true, and I'm so touched and blessed to see what it means so much to the Latinx community. It's been a dream, and the road here hasn't been easy. When I first realized that I wanted to be an actor was when I was 6 years old. And I realized that there wasn't anyone on screen that looked like me, which was really disheartening. But I realized that if there hasn't been the first, then you become the first. So here I am. So yes, for anyone that comes after me that sees that Latinx, that queer, that chubby gordito on screen and says, hey, that guy did it. Yes, that's right. I can do it. You can do it. So everything I do is for you, to encourage you to make your dreams come true. So I expect your acceptance speech in the very near future.
Congratulations again to Harvey for being recognized as an Impact Award game changer. Our next honoree is a first-generation Nicaragüense Americana. She's my girl, actress, dancer, humanitarian, and philanthropist from New Jersey. In 2018, this game changer became the Goodwill Ambassador of the organization Amigos de Nicaragua after the civil uprising in Nicaragua, and took action to protect civil liberties in her native land. This Screen Actors Guild nominated actor has been featured in the film High and Mighty and television series such as Lethal Weapon?
Lethal Weapon.
Thank you. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's no THE.
Okay. Queen of the South.
That was right.
Thanks. And most prominently in Netflix Glow. We're also excited to hear from our girl, our friend, our amiga, game changer, Shakira Barrera.
Thank you, NHMC, for this amazing, grandiose honor. I can't even believe I am in a category where you have awarded this award to Gina Torres and Lin-Manuel Miranda. I mean, it's amazing. I can't even believe that I'm here today. And thank you, NHMC, for your great contribution to our community and for the fight for representation. It is so vital and so important, and I recognize your work today, too. I'm just so thankful to be here, and I'm talking to you guys as a Nicaraguan indigenous Latina who supports grassroots organizations to protect our indigenous communities, who have taught us real work ethic and strength and perseverance. I want to talk to you guys today about Las Sandinistas, who were these amazing warrior guerrillera women literally standing front lines fighting this huge war in the 1970s against President Somoza. And how powerful these women were. Really, like how amazing it was to actually see them pave the way at a time where there was so much machismo and femicide. That is who is in me. That is who is in us and in our communities, our ancestors. And I think it's important for us to remember where we come from and to honor that individuality, because we aren't a monolith. We aren't just Latinidad. We're much more than that. We're much more colorful and vibrant and unique. And I just come to you today to remind you of that, to remind you to keep doing the work, to talk to your communities, to honor your ancestry, and to show people that Latinos aren't just one thing. We're many things. And we're so much more than just what we have come to be. And thank you, NHMC, for this amazing honor today. I look forward to continuing the work with you and meeting you guys all in person very, very soon. Mwah.
Congratulations, Shakira Barrera. We love you. Our final honoree of the evening has been everywhere from Broadway to television and actively creates and performs his own music. And in his honor, I'm not going to tell you his credits. I'm gonna sing them. Hit it, Romo!
Whoa! Okay, sorry, but I'm so sorry. But Cruz just told us that we no more music.
No more.
Why? They don't. Is it for budget, or they don't think I can do it, or?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it.
Carlos was in the Tony-nominated musical Once, but is most known for playing Cisco Ramon in an array of CWDC shows like Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Vixen, and, most notably, The Flash. Under the moniker The Los, he produces beautiful music. Please welcome game changer Carlos Valdes.
Thank you to the National Hispanic Media Coalition for this. I'll be honest, I'm not really an awards person, but this particular distinction means a great deal to me. I've been asked a lot over the years what it's like being an ambassador for other Latinx people, and I've always struggled answering that question. More often than not, I felt overwhelmed by this responsibility that I never really asked to have. I just wanted to focus on the work. But the more I understand my own challenges in life, the more I think about the girls and boys who look like me and how they'll be challenged by the same systemic construct that taught me I'd never feel worthy of being a good ambassador for others. We have to do better for them. We have to make things better for them. And that work starts by showing them that they are seen and that they are worthy of being seen. That's work that I'm so proud to be a part of. And I'm just one of the millions of us in this country. So really, this is for all the other Latinx ambassadors out there doing the work, showing up for themselves and for each other. Shout out to Greg Berlanti for championing diversity across his work, and a major note of gratitude to the original ambassadors in my life, my family. P.S. I was asked to perform, but it didn't have anything. So I wrote this song yesterday. Hopefully you'll think it's decent. Hopefully. Thank you.
Live and direct, phones and TV sets all across America. A face like yours in a place like that. Technicolor miracle turning heads with every passing glance. Is it all you were hoping? Unmistakable you, there's no escaping it. Did you ever hide? Did you ever fear this moment? Or did you dance? Baby, how good does it feel to dance? Lady, tell me just how good does it feel to be real? Oh, oh yeah. A little girl I know, I watched her world change. All that magic on the screen. A face like hers in a place like that. The things she thought she'd never see. There's a place for you up there with the gods. And now that you've seen it, you know you can be all that you wanna be. Yeah, you can hope, you can dream, you can dance, baby. How good does it feel to dance, little lady? Show me just how good it can feel to be real. So real.
And a huge congratulations to El Tocayo Carlos. Please remember that the National Hispanic Media Coalition is a 35-year-old nonprofit 501c3 civil rights organization that was founded to eliminate hate, discrimination, and racism towards the Latinx community. They educate and increase visibility of Latinx from Washington, D.C. to Hollywood and around the world. NHMC pushes boundaries to encourage the entertainment and news industry to reflect the diversity of America behind and in front of the camera. They rely on the support of community leaders just like you.
Please visit their website, nhmc.org.
Please what?
Please visit their website, nhmc.org, and make a donation.
It's been a long day.
Oh, yes. And we don't want to leave without thanking Univision,
Yes.
T-Mobile,
Google,
NBC Universal Telemundo,
the National Association of Broadcasters,
Unibank,
Stars,
and the Writers Guild of America West for their continued support.
That's right. It's been an honor to serve you guys as hosts and servers. We served it up for you. I hope you took it.
Take it.
Put it in a bag for later. This has been Spanish Lucky Presents. I don't know how to leave. I don't know how to leave, but maybe Tony.
I'm gonna leave. My
Tony,
killing
you
me.
want to say?
No, I'm good.
Oh, Raisa, you're on your own.
Sing
us out, Raisa!
I play basketball. I don't sing.
standing there.
Okay, but start saying something quick after admire.
Okay, so I'll talk and you interrupt me?
I need to cut you off. That's what we did when we
Got
did
it.
this.
Wait, what? You can't see my heels? Our second honoree, what?
And all our friends advocating for each other on, and sorry.
The finger.
The finger.
The finger strikes
But anyways,
again.
it's fine because they were like.